Hi friends, welcome to my art channel. I'm Rishita and today we are going to learn digital coloring. For digital coloring, you need a tab. It can be any tab. It can be an Apple iPad or a Samsung, Lenovo, Redmi, any kind of tab. So any tab, and along with it you need a digital pen or a stylus. So a digital pen is a pen which can be charged. So my pen is like openable from the end over here, and you can put a charger out here and charge it. A stylus is a touch screen stylus without which is used without charging. So if you think that you're gonna pursue digital coloring just for 1 or 2 times, then you can go on with a stylus, or if you already have one at home you can use it, but you get a better feeling and experience with a digital pen. So if you do not have a digital pen, I'm linking a digital pen down in my description. You can buy it from Amazon, which is practically integrated with any brand tab. Though with an Apple iPad, I would suggest you to go for an original Apple pencil. So read the description and click on the link to buy one from Amazon if you have any other brand tablet. So if you're new to the channel, or if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, do hit the subscribe button and hit the like button if you're going to make use of this video, so that you can support our channel and we can get you free tutorials week by week. So it's been quite some time since we've been thinking to bring you digital coloring in a easier format, so that you can do it at your own pace and at your own time, and you do not need to attend any class as such at our timing. So after a whole year, almost a year of pondering and experimenting and thinking about how to get this to you, finally we are here with a tutorial on digital coloring, and we are so excited to see all of you all doing digital coloring at home, because trust me, it's a very, very satisfying process, and it's a perfect activity to do after a long day at work with an iced coffee and with some nice music playing. I think it's a very, very fun way to rewind and rejuvenate at the end of the day. For digital coloring, we are going to use the app called Ibis Paint X. It's a Japanese app, and the best thing about this app is that it is free across all brands of tablets. So whether it's an Apple iPad or any other company tablet, Ibis Paint X is available for free on the App Store or the Play Store, where you can go and download. And before you begin, I would suggest just download the app, sign in, and be ready. Now it goes this way that in the video I'm showing you that I'm coloring this image, and I'm showing you tips and tricks how to go about it and the whole process. Now, how do you get this coloring sheet if you want to work on the same identical one? So in our description, we have linked a place where you can buy our coloring sheet. We have kept a very, very nominal price on it, so that you and me both can benefit from it. So you can click on the link. It will take you to a page where you can buy it, and on checkout, it downloads it to your tab. So once downloaded, I will move on to the tutorial, and from that point I will start the tutorial where you can use this image to transfer it to Ibis Paint X, how to go about it, and how to then begin coloring. When you see your downloaded image, it may look like a blackish image. It's a black background with some design on it with light gray, with a little gray. So it may look like a black image, but when you look at it closely, you will come to know that there is design drawn on it with gray. It's a transparent image, and that's why this happens. When we'll transfer it to our app, it will have a normal white background. So don't worry about it, and let's get. If you're using a digital pen like mine, you need to switch it on by pressing this button. The back rear end comes off like this, where you plug it into the charger. The link is in the description below. This is the interface of the nas.io platform on which we have uploaded our coloring sheet. So you click on the icon. Of course, when you click on the link, it will lead you to this page like that, and you will see our sheet placed there, and you can buy it. And on checkout, you will get it as an email or it will download to your tablet. Either of the two. So I've downloaded the image and I'm going to my gallery to check on my downloaded image. It's right here. It looks like this blackish, but when you see it closely, it does have some drawing on it. But when we transfer it to the app, it will be alright with a white background. Now we are going to use the app IBIS Paint X. You can download it and log in. Sign up for the first time if you're going to use this app. And you click on the app. Click on my gallery and this whole area will be empty for you if you've never used it before. You click on the plus sign and look at the options that you have. Click on A4. When you click on A4, click on the word A4 and not on the box drawn on the left. The number 1 written is called the layers and we're going to click on that, and the third option here is the camera button. It's the import option. Click on that, find your downloaded image and import it. Click on the green tick mark and click on cancel when this option pops up. The image should fit to size like this proportionately. You click outside so the box shuts down. If the image does not fit to the size and is smaller or larger, just adjust one of the dots on the corners with 2 fingers. When you pinch out the image, it can zoom in or zoom out as per your convenience. You can always turn the page, rotate it using 2 fingers like that. So you actually don't need to turn your tab when you're coloring to get the correct resting position of your hand. Now let's check out some other basic options. Let's look at the undo option. When you click with 2 fingers on the screen, when you tap, it undoes the step. 3-finger tap is a redo. If it's a wrong line that you do, you always tap with 2 fingers, and to get it back, you redo with 3 fingers. There are 2 options given at the bottom also. Undo is the left arrow, curved arrow, and the right curved arrow is the redo button. Now let's check out our layers. At the bottom, over here, there's a square with 1 written on it or 2 written on it. You click on that and just check out, we have 2 layers at the moment. My layer number 1 is an empty layer. Layer number 2 is the drawing layer. The 3 sleeping lines with grey color on the right are used to click and drag the layer up and down. I need my drawing layer at the top. If it is not that way from the beginning, you will drag it to the top, and layer number 1 is going to be the empty white layer, which I will click on. So I'll click on the white layer, click on the background and the white square that I see on the left. I get a color wheel and I'm going to choose on the outer rim. There's a small circle which I drag to the green area, and in the middle square there's a circle which I drag to a tint of green, like a really light tint of green. I don't want to use a very darker shade because I want my flowers to be brightly colored and my background to be a lightish green shade, like a pista green. After you select your shade, you can always feel free to choose any other color, like a light blue would also look good, and a light yellow I think would also look good. And now we are done with the background selection, and to finish this part, we are going to click outside so the dialog box drops down. And now we are ready to begin coloring on our layer number 1. So make sure the blue highlight of the box is layer number 1, and I repeat that layer number 2 has our drawing, which is untouched. Click outside to drop down the box. Now let's begin coloring using a brush. click on the brush option on the toolbar. The top basic menu should be open, and as you see, there are a lot of brush options available here. You can sometime go ahead and try some different brush also, but today we want one particular brush which we'll find by clicking on this magnifying search option, and in the dialog box at the bottom over here we are going to click on it and type. You have to type the brush name called crayon. So you can type out, or you can scribble in the dialog box the spelling, which is crayon, crayon. And select the first brush that pops up. The brush is called Basic Crayon, which is the first brush. So you are going to click on it. So now we are sorted with our brush. Click outside for the dialog box to go away. And then now let's select the color. If you want to adjust the tab's orientation to landscape for better holding, or if it's more comfortable, you can even put it on landscape like this. And now let's choose our color. Let's adjust the coloring sheet to a good size so that we are comfortable coloring in it. So with my 2 fingers I'm pinching it out, trying to make it larger and placing it the most comfortable way I feel. Just as we see in brushes, there are so many options to choose from. The same manner, there's something called as eraser tool. I'm just going to show you the eraser options now. We click on eraser 2 times and you see these options coming up over here. So sometimes if your color is not correctly done, you can always choose an eraser tool instead of using the undo option. Now let's see how I choose my colors. So this is the color wheel, which is the outer circle, and the white circle on it chooses the color. If you randomly do a color somewhere, you can always undo it like that, or as you know, you can tap with 2 fingers on it. So the first slider that you see over here is the size of the brush slider. When you increase it, you get a large brush size. I'm using a different brush right now. It's not the crayon one which we are going to use. And when you decrease the slider, it gives you a thin brush size. Same thing with eraser. When you click on eraser and move the slider, it increases or decreases the size of the eraser. The outer part of this is the color choosing area, color wheel, and the inside square is shades of the color that you've chosen. So if you choose red or say about purple, then there are different shades of purple in the middle square. So you need to move both the circles to finalize on your color, which reflects in the second rectangle over there. The first rectangle reflects the previous color used, and the second rectangle is the current color that we are choosing. Your color palette will be empty at the bottom. Only 3 to 4 layers of color are provided by default. The others are added by me. But you don't need to do that at the moment. So our brush is selected. Make sure the brush option is in blue, and we've known about the eraser, and later we are going to choose the bucket tool somewhere down the line. So now we are set, and we've chosen our color over here. Once you choose your color, click outside and let's begin coloring. The crayon brush gives us the feeling and the texture of an oil pastel crayon that we've used all in our childhood. The first slider that I just moved is the size slider, so I will have a comfortable size of the brush. Always zoom in to do your borders and other areas. Make sure your hand doesn't touch other options on the screen. And that's why I always pull my image towards the right, as right is my dominant hand, right corner, so that my hand can rest on the table below while I can color like this. So my color went a little outside and I tried to make it like a design. So all over, oops, so my hand just touched the main menu. No problem, you can again go back to Ibis Paint and work on the same image. And I'm just trying to color outside the lines just for effect. You can choose not to do so if you want to. So now I zoomed out and checked how it's looking, and I don't quite like the look of it. So I'm going to double tap to undo as many times I want to get rid of that outline layer. Another option is using an eraser tool to get the outline off. If you're doing it somewhere way down the line, after your drawing is completed, or once you move out of Ibis Paint, the tap undo option is not available. That's when you would want to use an eraser. I chose another blue shade and I'm giving an outline inside the flower just for effect. In the beginning you may feel it's going a little slow, but once you get the hang of it, it's going to go real fast. Let's choose a green. I had a ready-made green saved out there. You can always choose it from the color wheel as I showed you, and it's a little dull green, like a little olive dull green. And my brush size is small to fit into that stem area. And I'm moving it down to make it a little more blackish and a little more darker, and I fill it in this area in the leaves. If you observe carefully, I make sure that my image is very zoomed in. Tiny coloring gets very difficult, so we zoom in, we shift the image upwards, left and right to make sure our coloring area is within comfortable reach. And you always keep moving, zoom out to see how it's looking. So we use a lot of zoom in, zoom out with our 2-finger pinching and the first slider to change the size of the brush depending on the size of the shape that we are coloring in. Similarly, we move on to the next flower and we are going to use a nice light pink for this one. So over here you can of course choose to use your colors of your own choice, and you do not need to go by what I have done. Just check that we are on layer number 1. Our second slider is supposed to be full at 100%. The first slider, as you know, is the brush size option. Sometimes if things don't work, just check on all these stuff. And I have increased my speed of the video because by now you know what to do. You select a color, color it, change the color again and color it, and you just go about doing the same thing all over. If you're confused in the middle somewhere, you can always write to us. But before writing to us, just go through the video from the beginning. Most of the things that I've explained should be at place. Just cross-check it once because most of your solutions just lie in this video. And if yet you do not get the solution to your problem, you can always write to us on our email address given below or ping us on Instagram and tell us about your inconvenience that you're facing, and we will definitely try to get back to you. If you have watched my video till here, do hit the like button and the subscribe button so that we can get you more free tutorials on digital art and as well as traditional art.